Good morning. Hello, and how are you, beautiful people of the world? I hope everyone is having a great start to their morning. It is 10:25 on a Friday morning in the Bronx, New York. It's kind of muggy outside. I went outside exactly. Today's his last day of school, and I said, I will come live for his last day of school until he go back to school and try to make an effort to come live at night while he's sleeping and I don't have no distractions. So I decided to come live and say hello to the beautiful people. With this live, we could take it slow. We could, have some fun, talk about some heavy topics, talk about some lighthearted topics, some current events. Good morning, Ann Fleming. How are you? Good morning, Ann Fleming is in the building. Good morning, Timo. Timo is in the building. Thank you for gracing your beautiful presence this morning. I was trying to turn on this what is it called? iPad that Zach we have. He assembled it to his liking, so I don't know how to turn it on. I don't know if it needs to be charged or what, but yeah, I'm glad I'm here. I'm happy that you're here. I hope this. Good morning, Teresa. How are you? Thank you, Teresa and Fleming. Beautiful, and you. I hope everyone is feeling beautiful. And the most important reason I came on a Freestyle Friday because Freestyle Friday should be about just talking about whatever you want to talk about. We can relate, we can disagree, we can come to a conclusion. This is what we do over here. We build our perspective and insights and share our insights. And that's what this page is about. Yesterday, Tanya Trainer was here, gracing her presence on our live. And I appreciate her and the people that she brought over here for the views. It was nice and decent. It's like with the algorithm. You have to know when people watch you the most, and when the people watch me the most is at night. So that will be a different transition for me going from morning to night. But I still have my intent on coming live in the morning for the morning crew, for the morning people. So yeah, thank you, Tanya Trainer. I appreciate you coming over here and speaking and talking and just sharing your opinions and your thoughts respectfully. I appreciate that. That's how I feel like all lives should be. Not perfect or all positive, but it was a blend of both. Hi, Lasagna. How are you? Lasagna is a member. Members get first dibs. And I want to express my feelings on how I think I would like to see my membership to grow. Even though the membership grows the page, and it does in ways, you could even go to other people pages, not over on this sector, but people with millions of followers, a large following, and they'll tell you how much their membership is um, appreciated and needed to grow your page. Dominique Lewis. Hey, Dominique, how are you? Good morning. So, I want everyone to take their time to think about if they want to become a member. Lasagna is a member. She has the podcast listener. The podcast listeners, they all different prices. You could check out the prices yourself. I'm not gonna like eh, reveal anyone what they're paying. That's personal. So, but you have the opportunity to check out the prices and see if you like it and see what fits you. You're not obligated. You're not mandated. It's not. I'm not gonna stop talking to you if you don't get a membership. But the membership do help build the page, and I do have a vision. And without growth, then my vision won't come true. But with the memberships, it's definitely that you have perks. Like if you're a member, you come in here, you say good morning, hello, you have a question, you get first dibs. No one else come before you. So that's why a lot of people don't. They ignore their members, and that's not what we're supposed to do. I was listening to another podcast, and they were saying, I said legally, she said contractually binded to read the members' comments first and foremost. So, if you want to be seen and you want to be heard in this chat live, you get a membership at your own leisure. So, with that being said, I just appreciate you guys for just your support and the ones that have stayed with me for this long since this page has been up and added. That means a lot to me. I know people do giveaways. I feel like I should do a giveaway in the best way possible, not to be all glamorous or show offy and trying to impress someone. That's not me. I don't overexert myself, and I don't try to impress people. Hi, Tanya Trainer. How are you? Thank you, Tanya Trainer. Good morning. Tanya Trainer was here yesterday, looking fly as usual, fit and tone. Came and she brought her crew, and her crew. I feel like her crew, not her crew, her people. I'm not gonna say crew. Because of her, she was here. They gave me a chance, and they liked, and they became a member. I mean, not a member. They subscribed to the channel. Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. That's what it's about. You bring in people over here. If you're gonna have someone in your life, make sure, and I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just giving it to you raw, that you have someone that will bring you views and put eyes on your channel. That's it. That's all. You know, Lasagna. Thank you, Lasagna, for saying good morning to Dominique. Yours truly say good morning. Yours truly say good morning to the Bronx in chat. Dominique Lewis is saying good morning to Miss Paulo. Oh, Tanya. Oh, Lasagna. I messed up your name. Thank you. I appreciate that. With that being said, let's just go into it. I that before we was doing we were doing a live, and live was about just relationships, and it turned into a marriage topic. But I want everyone to know that I'm not here to give any advice. If I do give advice, it's based on my experience and knowledge. It's not to um, put an idea in someone's head that I'm here to fix anything or answer anything. My advice is unsolicited, unconventional, weird, strange, and it's definitely not traditional. I am a traditional woman in the sense of the word. I like a traditional man in the sense of the word, but not like me following rules and orders and shit. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, I want a traditional man that he has to provide and protect me, because we all know that is not completely true, right? So I'm not here to give any advice on marriage. I can voice my opinion on how I feel about marriage, and people that are a supporter of mine, that support the channel, that come in the lives. A lot of women in here are married, and a lot of women here are over a certain age where they can give me advice and let me know. But they listen to me, and I listen to them. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I felt like really encouraged and supported that day when we was talking about marriage, and everyone was like, Bronx, go continue to talk about your topic. Don't get distracted by, and then we did get distracted, but that's okay. So I'm here today to just make up a little bit of what we was talking about. And it don't have to be particularly about marriage. It's just relationships alone. I'm not an expert in relationships, but I'm here to offer what I know, and if I can lend any type of encouragement or support to another woman in need, that's what this live, and that's what my relationship channel is going to be about, including lifestyles and everything. So you bear with me. I was just thinking, I was like, you know what? I'm about to be 44, which I am proud of. I feel good, but you can feel that you're getting older as you get in your 40s. And I see women in here that's in their 50s and 60s and 70s and still looking good and still going about their business and still doing their own thing and still have a mind of their own. And that's what this live and that's what this channel platform is about. It's about having freedom and choice, right? And that's where I want everyone to come in here and be at least comfortable in expressing your thoughts and your feelings about things that may be looked at as weird or strange or just not to everyone liking. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't see me marrying someone in the foreseeable future. And when I say I'm independent, I mean like I have a mind of my own. I could think for myself. I wouldn't solely rely on just a man to determine how I should live my life. Of course, and the women in the beautiful woman of the chat, Lasagna, she's married. Um, I know Lasagna is married. We talk. Her husband has listened to her listen to my lives together. They're a team, So, and I just marriage is a beautiful union between two people, and I'm not going to place a gender on it. Good morning, Cassandra. Cassandra said good morning to the chat. I'm not going to place a gender on it because marriage is beautiful. It's a beautiful union. It's a responsibility. It's a beautiful thing to be married to someone that you love. And I don't think that many women, not in this day and time, and shout out to the women that have been married for 10 years, 5 years, 7 years, 15, 20, 25, 30. It goes on and on. But I don't see women now because the rate of marriage and divorce has gone up and down. I don't think women are really looking forward to getting married anytime soon. There are women that want to get married, right? Marriage is not for everyone. No, it's not for everyone. But what I'm saying is, okay, can I just push back on you on that, Lasagna? Right. Yeah, no, marriage is not for everyone, right? But every marriage is not the same. So if I'm going to be honest and open with my audience and my listeners, if I were to get married, um, thank you, Lasagna. I'll push back on that. So no, marriage is not for everyone. Everyone don't have to get married. Everyone don't need to get married. That should be your choice with thought and consideration because marriage is a responsibility, a huge responsibility. And people take advantage of that thinking like, we're married now. What else to do? They get married, the love go away, the feelings go away, the spark is not there. You have to keep working at it. But what I want to push back on Lasagna about, and it's not nothing to be like argumentative about. Um, I'll just say that okay, marriage is not for everyone, correct, true. But everyone marriage is not the same. Everyone don't look at being married or getting married as a traditional union, right? I don't think, and I'm gonna be open and honest with y'all because y'all allowed me to do that, and I appreciate that. Maybe this is the only place where I could be open and honest. Let me see. Wait. I personally refuse to be a girlfriend for a lifetime. Upgrade me. Listen, here we go. Listen, but how y'all gonna say that, right? So let me just get to the point and say what I have to say. If I were to get married, I don't want a traditional marriage. I don't want to get married in the eyes of the law. I mean, not you have to legally get married, right? To legally, and we're gonna get to that soon. But I don't want to get married under the instructions or a Bible. I don't want to get married to a Bible, under a Bible, right? It's hard to find a guy, and I'm not gonna say that I'm finding or looking for a guy like that, but the man that I would have to marry, he would have to be compatible with me in all, not all aspects of life, but most values, integrity, um, common interests, shared responsibilities. So I wouldn't want to get married and be married according to the Bible. The Bible has to stay out of it completely and 100%. And I'm only speaking to those people that that are listening and that can relate to me, but are not the ones that are coming here and say, Bronx, you're right. I wouldn't want the Bible to be a part of my union because you can get married without using the Bible, right? So, and that's not. I'm not here to offend anyone about their beliefs, but I just don't know if. No, no, I do know. I do know for sure that I will not, and I'm saying this respectfully to everyone in the chat. If I were to get married today or tomorrow, but I want to get married at 50, and if I'm not married by 60, then there's no hope for me. Right? I'm about to be 44. Look at it like that. I'm about to be 44. You meet a guy, takes 2 to 3 years for a commitment, at least with me. So by the time we meet each other, get to know each other, 2 to 3 years, 6 months in, okay, we want to be together. We want to at least go move forward in that right direction. After a year, okay, you know what? Put a I don't should and like discuss the details of how I want my relationship to go, but an insurance on my finger to ensure me that you are at least responsible and you serious about moving forward and getting married and how we plan on getting married. So Tanya, you say I personally refuse to be a girlfriend for a lifetime. Upgrade me. Well, that Wait a second. My husband and I lived together for 3 years. I got married on the fourth year. We've been together almost 18 years, 83, 14. That's nice. But listen, check this out. Oprah is a billionaire, millionaire, and Stedman is not. They never got married at all. There's a lot of people who don't get married because they know, and a lot of people have different reasons for not getting married, right? So, but you don't have to get married to be with someone, right? Unless you're just doing it for reasons. And I'm not going to only marry for love. That's just not a part of it. Um, you said you and your husband lived together for 3 years and got married on the fourth year. Yeah, but a lot of people don't live together with their husbands or spouses before they get married, and things get ruined. A lot of people don't consummate their marriage when they get married. A lot of people don't have sex before they get married, and they finally have sex on that day, and it's not what they thought it would be. So everyone don't have to get married. It's not even about an upgrade. It's about, like with me, a commitment. You know, I'm only sharing a itty bitty. It's okay. You take your time, but that you brought, perspective, and that's what we all here for. I was in my mid. That's okay. I like that you shared that you was in your mid 40s, right? Because I feel like now I'm thriving and I'm vibrant and I'm going places, meeting people. New York City is a big place to meet people, different things to do. For me to be stopped in my tracks to cater to someone on a basis that this is what how women are viewed, that men are supposed to be catered to. No, I can't do that. I haven't found a man that I want to cater to. Not that I have to cater to him, right? Because we don't have to cater to men, right? We should enjoy taking care of them. They should enjoy taking care of us. We should know how to provide a loving and supportive home. We should know how to communicate effectively, right? This builds a beautiful home, a beautiful house, a beautiful union. But Oprah Winfrey and Stedman did not get married. It's a lot of people that is billionaires that have not got married. People now marry because they don't have nothing to do. And I was reading, according to studies, marriage only now benefits men. Wait, let me say, this is my second marriage. Okay, that's okay. Bronx, he has a home. I have a home. He has a bank account. I have a bank account. We married after we were established. Yeah, but it's like, okay, you don't have, even if you are established, I don't think you got married at 27, Lasagna? Girl. No, I'm not looking down on that. It's just funny to see that you said you got married at 27. But I don't think, listen, aside from me being who I am, and aside from me like coming up here talking shit about how I feel and how I do things and the way I perceive things and the way things I see should go, I'm not trying to project my views on anyone or at least convince anyone. But what I'm saying is that I can't be convinced that I need to get married to um, prove my love. Okay? Wait, point in case hubby had major surgery, him need a wife, laughing I know a girlfriend, these apps are no joke. Point in case hubby had a major surgery, he need a wife, not a girlfriend. Listen, I feel like that's type of, if I may push back on you, Tanya, I just feel like that's kind of closed minded think, not closed minded thinking. Okay, closed minded thinking. Right? What's the difference? What, like, so you get married to a guy. Now you combine all your finances. Now the government is in your business. Now you, because I feel like marriage have great benefits only if you are, like you said, established in life. Because I can't see myself getting married to a man if I'm poor, he poor. What's the purpose of us getting married, right? And then like you get married because money um, help you find love. No ifs, ands, and buts about it, right? You don't need uh, love. I mean, excuse me. You don't need money to be in love, but money helps find love. And let me see. I'm 54. We have been married 27 years this year. Congratulations. Sorry, these points are no joke. If I wasn't his wife, I wouldn't be able to do all that as I did as his wife. What do you do as his wife that you can't do as his girlfriend? Right? So I'm just saying, every woman, and then a lot of women, they are made to believe that the goal in life, their compliments should be to get married. I would not encourage my children to get married. They have a mind of their own. They are aware culturally and socially. They are involved socially and culturally in the world. They know they can make their own decisions. So for me to say, oh, to my son, oh, if you love that girl, you would marry her, that would never come out my mouth. That's a decision my sons will have to make on their own. I'm not doing all that. I do live in. Wait. I'm not doing all that. I do for a living, boyfriend. Listen, you don't even have to live together, and that's the thing. And that's what I'm trying to explain. I'm glad everyone get the idea that I'm not conventional. I'm unconventional, and I'm not traditional in the sense of relationship. So if I meet a guy, he have his own, I have my own. We get to know each other. We don't have to get married unless we talk about it. I don't want no man thinking because I'm with him for a long time or we've been together for a long time and we have not talked about marriage or he have not even asked me, because I don't think that would be a question on my mind. Like, oh my goodness, do you want to get married? No, I'm not proposing that question. Now, if he bring up the question and say, listen, have you ever thought about getting married? I would say, I have thought about it. And then he say, well, would you ever consider getting married? I'll say, yeah. Well, I'll consider getting married. Depends on the terms of the marriage. You know what I mean? So people rush into marriages thinking it's all, this great thing, which is a great thing, but they don't go over the terms of the, because a marriage is a contract, whether you want to look at it or not. I don't care if you got feel like you married in the eyes of God. I don't care if you married, by the Bible. Aside from that, marriage is a contract, right? And most people that get married are given instructions on how to be a wife and how to be a man. I don't follow instructions, and I definitely don't want to order in my house, right? And I'm just trying to be as honest as possible with my listeners. I don't want to order in a house. We both are equal. We both treat each other equally. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to answer or follow anyone's rules. If there's a man like that out there that fit that description, please sprout out of the ground right now. I definitely don't get a train to Tanya. I spelled your name wrong. I don't know why I spelled your name wrong on my community wall. I apologize. I'm gonna go fix that. You need to be treated with respect, Tanya. I definitely get what you're saying. I'm much older. I felt that way once upon a time. I wasn't in no rush either. He was married prior for 23 years till his wife passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. The mother of his two grown kids. Hmm. Bronx, you said you wouldn't marry you wouldn't marry a man that's poor. Someone that don't have no money, someone that don't have a pension, someone don't have like making like you know much more than I'm making, right? Because I can't see myself marrying someone. uh, When I say poor, you know what I mean by poor, right? I feel like marriage is for people that got money, right? So like if so I propose this idea. So it's been said that I live in the projects. All right. So I live in the projects and I meet a guy that live in the projects. Should we get married? Wouldn't we wouldn't he be considered poor and I'm considered poor if he live in the projects and I live in the projects? Or say if I live in the projects and he live in the co-op, or say if I live in the projects and he live in the condominium. Say if I live in the projects and he live in those high-rise buildings downtown, and I know you saw them, Lasagna and Manhattan, right? That's not poor living in a high-rise building. I'm not saying that I'm marrying a man for his money. No, there are women that marry men for their money and they get away with it and they be with their man for 20 and 30 years. I guess things change over time. But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to marry a man for his money. I'm going to marry a man because if he is supposed, and we don't even have that title, that instruction, that order that he's supposed to protect and provide. He can't protect and provide if he's poor, if he's making below the poverty line. Okay, equality is key. His daughter introduces. That's nice, Tanya Trainer. I'm just glad that you met someone that you're compatible with and love you, and you came the second time around. Because people don't stay married forever. I at least want a man, and I know this hey, Bronze chat. Chrissy Combos came up here firing. Hey, Bronx and chat. So it is the commitment to someone that you don't want. I'm not talking about being faithful. I'm talking about just the obligation to another person. So thank you, Chrissy. So help me out if I'm wrong, if I'm misspeaking. So in order to commit to someone, do I have to get legally married? Right? Just say I meet someone, things are going well, we taking it through steps, we friends first. See, I will be friends first with a man for a long time before I marry. I would even wait for him if he's responsible enough to come around, right? And I know that okay, we friends, we working on our friendship, we working to get to know each other. Now we going up in certain stages of our relationship. Stage 3, wait, 6 months. Okay, we're like, oh, you know what, Mr. Man, you know what, Mrs. Leela Bronx girl, um 65 voting. That's okay. Let them listen and they could wait. Since 65 watch only a few likes. Oh, thank you. Yeah, hit the like button if you like what I'm saying because I get real raw and candid because I'm gonna go back to Chrissy Convo's conversation. I mean, comment. No, if marriage is a commitment and I don't want marriage to be marriage is not my main priority, no, then I don't want the commitment. If I have to marry you to commit to you, then no, I don't want to be married. Now, if we have a little contract or rules that were made between us and you break the rules, yeah, that's probably the far as I could give you, like as far as a commitment. I will settle for like a contract. Like, listen, we getting together, we tying it up, we tying up loose ends. You letting your friends know, I'm letting my friends know I'm about to make it happen. I'm about to make it serious with this guy in my life. We could still be friends, but I'm not, you know, I don't have that much attention for you. I have so much attention for someone else. So I don't think that if you were to commit, and if I were to commit, it would have to be under a term of okay, you know what? We draw up our own little agreement. But to go as far as to prove to the world that we have a commitment, we're married, because a lot of people get married in the eyes of God and under the Bible, right? And according to the Bible. Wouldn't that be a commitment, Love Chrissy Combos? Is that a commitment? I don't want that type of commitment, right? Because I look at Oprah Winfrey, and she's not the only one. But then you look at Jay-Z and Beyonce, they both married. They needed to be married. It makes sense for them to get married. They have children together. They are filthy rich. Then you look at Oprah and Stedman. He don't have as much money as her. She has money to take care of her, him, his family, whatever. They're not married. There are a lot of people that are not married that are doing well off. But I wouldn't marry someone that can't provide for me and that we have to look for someone other than us to take care of us. No, no. My husband and I was much younger. We built it together. I don't want to build with nobody. I want to at least we both be established in our lives where we'll be a little bit um I don't want to build. Like we should build on what we already have, right? So it's just not I'm not going to be like willing to get married to someone that is like that if we get divorced he can't give me alimony. That's not what I'm looking for, but women should be a little bit more smart and effective in getting married. Of course you're not going to marry for money. Of course you're going to marry him because you love him, but to have this in the back of your head that if he make a little bit more money than you, and men die earlier than women. I mean, it's not set in stone that men die earlier than women. That you want to have something to fall back on and something to rely on, right? Am I wrong for that? Because no, I'm not saying you have to be dirt poor. I'm not saying that you have to be extremely rich. What's the chances of me meeting an extremely rich man? I'm not an extremely beautiful woman. I'm not placed in those extremely areas where men can go and pick their litter, get the pick of the litter because they have money, because they pay for their preferences. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have to move around to find at least not get so comfortable with what you're used to. No, you don't. You're not proving anything to anyone except each other. Okay, so I'll say it like this. Because I'm gonna do the relationship thing, but I want to keep my listeners informed and on how, because I be meeting guys. I meet guys. I don't have no interest in them long term because we don't have the same values. We don't have the same, and that don't mean that we can't be friends. We're not compatible, right? Um, I get what you were saying. We were young. There were challenges. Yeah, of course. And you're gonna have challenges moving forward. I'm pretty sure you and your husband are at a place in your life where you're comfortable, beyond comfortable, living decent, don't have to, not struggling like you were probably 27 years ago. Times have changed, but this is a different era. So if I meet a guy, Lasagna, right? Because and I'm glad you said that, because I have seen women put on Facebook, and my friends on Facebook put, I don't care if you broke. They'll say some shit like, I don't care if you broke. I just want your loyalty. That's not me, right? Trust and loyalty are two different things. I want your trust before your loyalty, because we're going to build trust. And trust is surrounded about encouragement and support. And trust builds loyalty. I mean, loyalty and trust, they two different things, but loyalty is a part of trust. And I'm not going to sit there and put out on a line with a man where, that's one thing I will say to him. Like, you know what, you are free to do what you want to do. You are a grown man. You have the freedom to make your own decisions. As long as you know that I have the freedom to make my own decisions, you could go out there, mix and mingle, in a serious relationship. You see a beautiful woman, you smile at her, you say hello, you say hi. You can even offer to buy her coffee because that's just the decent person you are. But as far as you get to know her emotionally, on an emotional level, and like run into her to save her, no, and then it becomes a thing where now you cheating and you having a sexual relationship, that's not going to fly with me. Only thing, you could go out, have fun, do your thing, explore while you in a serious relationship, excuse me, and keep it serious and keep the rules in place. You know what? Like, oh, Leela said, you know what? She don't mind me saying hello to a woman, opening the door for a woman, because I meet these type of guys all the time, right? They have wives and they have girlfriends and they flirt and they decent and they don't try to make anything further. That's just it. They having a good time. But as far as when you go to the extra step and you having sex with them and you kissing them, that's cheating. And I don't do cheating, because if I ask you why did you cheat and you don't have a good logical reason that you cheated, and I feel like if you do it once, okay, whatever. You hit that, nobody know. But if you continue doing it, that means that you have developed a relationship with this woman or this person or this people. That means that you are not serious. So cheating is out the way. I don't accept cheating under any circumstances. You will betray my trust if you cheat on me. I mean, I could forgive you for any other things. Like, okay, you went out, you didn't come in, or you didn't call me for 2 days. You just did stupid shit that men do, stupid shit that we as women can overlook. But that cheating, I just don't give the red. I don't let no one. I'm sorry, I wouldn't let anyone, or even consider giving you a second chance. Money is definitely a factor in a marriage, any relationship. That's true. That's true. And you at least want to have fun. And I'm not sitting here trying. Hey, Lou. Original Lou is in the building. How are you? Good morning. And I'm going to say it again. I've been reading for you guys. I've been researching. I've been looking. I'm not coming here talking in vain, even though I am. I am self centered and vain. Most of you already know that. But this is about us, right? Money do help you find love. And I don't have the money to help me find love. right? But I know where to go and to search if I was like deep down on it. But as of now, I'm kissing every frog in the pond until I, of course, meet my jolly green giant. And my jolly green giant will be special to me. He will stand out. No one can touch him. They already know that's my man. They like he does not look like any man I ever saw. But women will still try, and I will still be like, okay, yeah, of course they're gonna try. Why wouldn't they? I would take the chance too to see why she loved this jolly green giant. And he looked like he got the red scarf, walking down the block, looking like he's jolly. You know what I mean? You have to have an idea of what type of guy you like, the type of man you would like, the type of man you would want to be with and spend the rest of your life with. And it's not easy. You just can't make these decisions overnight. And a lot of women, a lot of men, not to say women, because women get a lot of blame, rush into relationships. And that's just not me. There's levels to marriage. There are levels to marriage, Dominique. If you want to elaborate and share, you can. There are levels to marriage. There are levels to marriage. Yes, there are. Thank you. And I feel like that in a relationship. And if I am sounding crazy because I said I would give, my significant other, my partner, a little bit freedom and choice where he could go out and he do what he want, but respectfully, because only responsible men do what they want, come back home and say, listen, and you don't even have to tell me, but listen, but as far as you like going to the extreme and having sex with another woman, kissing another woman, sneaking around with another woman. And men, of course, they not going to be all honest and shit. We as women are not always honest too. Because I meet guys that have women, right? They'll lie and be like they're single. Like, why are you lying? That's dishonest. I don't. Why would you even lie and say you're single? I'm not even interested if you have a girlfriend or not, because I don't ask men if they have a girlfriend unless I'm interested in them. If they're interested in me, you won't ask. You won't hear me ask one question: do you have a girlfriend? Because I don't want him to think that I'm that interested in him that soon. I could wait till you tell me if you have a girlfriend or not. And I meet guys that just and women, yeah, the women that are married, that are in marriages, and men too. Men like to smile and joke with other women. But there are men that are so serious, and I'm gonna give you an example. There's one that live in my building. Oh my goodness. And it's a nice couple, established couple. Both make decent money, both have a decent lifestyle, right? He walks around with a dog tag around his neck with his picture of his wife around his neck. I don't want no leash like that around my man. I wouldn't even dare to say put this dog tag on with my picture on it so women would know that you are taken. Do you think it is a demographic age when it comes to cheating? No. But I think as we get older, you should know better, right? You should have a little bit more experience. I'd rather date the playboy, right? And then because while the playboy is playing, everybody like, no, he been with everybody, whatever. Maybe he haven't been with everybody. Maybe he just talked to other people and he wasn't interested in or find that they were suitable for him, right? So the playboy now is ready to settle down. He has enough experience to be a little bit more responsible and a little bit more mature because he got that out in his younger years, and now he's like, I'm ready to settle down and just be a great companion, a partner to my woman. That's okay with me, the playboy. It depends on who he is too. But people in their 20s, they cheat. I feel like younger women and younger men, they get into relationships way too soon, way too early, way too fast. And what else do they have left? But yeah, women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, they do cheat. Men in their 30s, 40s, and 50s do cheat beyond. It's not a demographic. It's just that I'm not going to put you on the spot, Lasagna, because you're not the only one in here that probably married young. So when people get married young, like at 27 years old, and they don't really have the spark left in the relationship, they turn to different avenues. I'll say it like that. Maybe not physically, but emotionally, right? And I want that love to be alive in my relationship forever because love is a practice and that's a skill you have to work on every day. Effective communication skills, honesty, integrity, freedom, independence. Like a lot of marriages don't have freedom and independence because they look at it in a derogatory way. Like if my man want to go out and have fun with his friends for a weekend, bye. I see you when you come back. If I want to go out and have a weekend of fun with my friends and I see you later, check in, bye. See you later, Leela. See you when you come back. If you want to go out and have a drink because you want to go out and have a drink on your own, we don't have to do everything together. But of course, there's going to be things we do together. But I don't want to solely depend on you to make me happy. Oh, hey, pretty in pink. Pretty Nikki, we talking about relationships and marriages. I was just letting the audience know that I'm not a traditional woman. I would never be a traditional woman. I feel like, and I'm not I'm not a conventional relationship person. I'm unconventional. A lot of people probably get a little how you say it, misunderstand when I say I don't want an open relationship. No, I'm not doing that. If we are friends and we're not ready to settle down yet, but we get to know each other and you still exploring your options, I'm exploring my option, fine. I'd rather men to have a slew of girlfriends, whether he's sleeping with them or not, getting to know them and knocking them off. Me having a slew of boyfriends, whether I'm sleeping with them or not, knocking them off. But we still have effective, honest, healthy communication between us that's built in trust to say, listen, I knocked a lot of my friends off. Did you knock a lot of your friends off? Yes. Do you think we should get to know each other further and take this beyond what we have? Yes. Hi, Sherilyn. How are you? Good morning. You know what? Everyone don't think like that. Everyone is so serious. I don't want to be possessive or jealous like I was in my 20s, thinking that I'm supposed to spend every waking night because I wasn't. Now women think and men think that being clingy and obsessed with each other is healthy. That's unhealthy to me. I don't want to. Of course, you clingy, hugging and kissing and lovey dovey, but when you solely depend on that person and you are so available to your partner, that takes the beauty out the relationship. Hey, it's me. Hey, Riri. How you doing? I'm so glad you made it back in this chat. You driving to work? Thank you for returning, Riri. You always do so. That's nothing new. Lasagna said, yes, marriage is work. You have to establish boundaries and rules in the beginning. That's true. But I like light-hearted relationships. I don't like to be so oh, thank you, Riri. I like light-hearted relationships. I like fun loving. I'm fun and loving and caring. I'm sexual. I'm sensual. I'm thoughtful. I'm considerate. I do have a dark side. I do have a side where I'm like, you know what? Give me a moment. You take your moment. But silent treatments in relationships are not healthy because a lot of people do that. And it happens in certain things that you can't control. But relationships are supposed to be bring happiness. Of course, you have your ups and downs and you hit your peaks and valleys. Everyone relationship is not the same. Everyone don't. And I feel like nowadays everyone have the same idea in mind with a relationship. Like I met one girl. I could tell you so many stories, ladies and gentlemen, about women saying, "Listen, you know, I don't mind submitting to my husband. I mean, my boyfriend. Why would you want to submit to a man that's not your husband, right? The only way you're supposed to submit, if you're going to submit, is if you're a wife. And a lot of women don't know when you submit that there are rules that you have to follow and they don't follow. That's why the relationship probably goes sour because that's when men are quick to say, oh, you switched up. So when a man say I switched up, I'm like, no, I just have a dark side you just don't know about. You think you know me, you don't know me, right? Men are sit there and place labels on you so soon, so fast. Like, oh, you're so sweet, you're so cool, you're so nice. Yeah, I am that, but I'm just not only that. Now I'm not going to continue to be sweet and nice and um, you know, um, what they say? What they say? You're so sweet. You're so nice. You're so cool. That's not me all day, every day, right? I do have my ways. I am human. So when men say, "Oh, you switched up," they have an idea in mind that a woman is supposed to be one way and one way only. And with submissive woman, you're supposed to give the man what he needs, right? In order for a man, and this is for the submissive woman. If you don't know, I've been checking. I've been doing my work. I've been doing my research. A good man, according to being a good man, the definition of a good man, and I guess in Christian values, is that the man, a good man, is supposed to protect and provide, and the woman, right, a good woman is supposed to be submissive. So when we say, and when you say, and when a man tell you that don't know what the fuck he talking about, he wants a submissive woman. He don't tell you is that you're supposed to give him what you need, right? You want to be loved as a woman, and you want this man to give you love. But in order for him to love you, right, you have to give him what he need, and that's be submissive and give in. And a lot of women are submissive, and they don't know the horror that comes behind it, or the abuse that they suffer behind it, the emotional, the mental, the abuse. Like, oh, and I see memes, I see posts all the time. If I wouldn't be so crazy and mean, I would be so submissive and sweet if you treated me better. Right? So you mean to tell me that you first came in, and not to judge anyone at all, I just don't would never be submissive. I'm too free for that. I'm too carefree. And a lot of men do like carefree women, not emotionally detached, but carefree women that have a mind and a life of her own, right? So when women jump out the let me see, let me go. It's nothing wrong with submitting to your husband. It does take practice and as an independent woman. No, I'm not submitting ever in my life, Chrissy. Ever. Ever. I'm not submitting ever. And independent. Every woman should be independent. And you got to look at yourself. And you got to. I'm gonna read your comment, pretty Nikki, and then I'll go back. The thing is, people have to stop looking at other people's marriage and do what works for their own marriage, because what works in your household may not work in mine. That's true. But I would never be submissive. I would never want a man in the 21st century with a growth mindset that is mature and has a progressive thinking, because progressive men don't think like that. Progressive men would never say, my wife have to be subservient, my wife will have to be submissive in order for me to marry her, in order for me to love her. No, independent don't have anything to do with it, right? I'm not practicing to be a submissive woman at all. Like, a submissive woman is stuck. A submissive woman is trapped. A submissive woman, from research and just looking at um, the history of submissive woman, especially if you're a submissive woman and you don't have no way out, they're stuck and trapped in a marriage where you have to follow rules. So I wouldn't want my household to be in an order. Oh, God, husband, wife, children. So children fall but two notches below, three notches below. A woman, the woman fall two notches below, right? And the man is getting his orders from somewhere else. Okay. Look at this. I have been married for 27 years. And oh, Lasagna, I've been married 27 years and I'm not submitting. He like push back. And it's like a challenge. He don't like a woman that he could like run over or run over. Push back. Yeah, submissive mean all of those things, Chrissy. Submissive mean you give your man what he needs, your husband what he needs. Hey, Brittany, my boo, I'm sorry. I was about to get Bronx in chat. I'll catch the replay. You can catch the replay when you want to, honey. Did thank you for coming by the chat. What does submissive mean? Submissive mean to give your husband what he needs. Submissive mean to give in. Submissive, subservient mean that you are under and you are not below the belt. So that means that it's okay. I don't want no man to dominate me, to control me, thinking he could control every move, right? You don't have to be dominant to love someone. And a lot of men think their dominance is attractive, and that's the least attractive. Like, don't dominate me. Don't try to like roll me into and roll me up into the woman that you think I should be. I'm telling you, I wouldn't say if I didn't know this. Submissive mean, Chrissy, is to give the man what he need, right? Women want to be loved. Men want respect. That's what they say. So, in order for a man, according to Christian tells, and a lot of Christians are not like this. They like, that's bullshit. Shout out to those Christians. I'm not submitting to no man just to make him feel like a man. I'm not submitting to, and I'm just talking in general, women. I'm not submitting to any man to make him feel like a masculine macho man. I'm not submitting to no man to make it feel like or make him uh, feel like he don't have any insecurities. Now if you think I'm wrong, Chrissy, do the work, do the homework, look it up. A submissive woman is supposed to give the man what he needs. And in order for him to love you like you want, because he don't know, and without him, answer this question, ladies and gentlemen, and you don't have to answer it right now. You could think about it. If you were not to submit to your husband or your man, do you think that he would love you the same way if you submitted to him? And if he would still love you the way that even if you don't submit to him. Why do you have to be submissive? Everyone is different, like Pretty in the Pink says. I'm just saying, everyone, where I hear and I look in all the memes and all the posts and the ideas of women and men going around talking about a submissive woman and then women feeding into this bullshit. I'm not knocking any woman that's submissive or subservient. I'm just saying that's just not me and a lot of other women, because there are a lot of other women that know that relationships could be way more healthier than that. In the tradition sense of the word, yeah, of course I love taking care of my man. I love taking care of everyone. Right? We all know how to take care of people, but I do enjoy taking care of a man that I love and would like to spend the rest of my life with, but I'm not just going to give that to him on a silver platter. Oh, I take care of you because you think this is my woman duty. And taking care of your husband or your man or your partner does not mean being submissive. But what I'm trying to tell the ladies that don't know is, women, excuse me, that being submissive is giving the man what he needs and wants. So when a man say, I want you, I'll follow up and say, you want what? To do what? They can't answer that. You know what I mean? Or a woman would say, I will just want love. And a man say, well, you know what? You know what you got to do. You got to be submissive. You got to be subservient. You got to give in. You got to give me what I need. You got to give me what I want. And if you can't do that, then we can't go any further. I've been married before, and a part of the problem was, see, and this is the conflict that comes in, because just because I'm independent, I'm sexual too, and sensual, and thoughtful, and considerate, and everything that makes me human, right? When I say independent and when you say independent, it's two different things. Just like when I say submissive and you say submissive, it's looked at as two different things. So when I say independent, I'm a free thinker. I have my own mind. I can make my own decisions. Of course, you confer and go over and you come together with your significant your partner, and you make decisions together. But most men, real men, should want a woman that have independence, that can do for herself, that can don't solely rely on him, that's not needy, that's not clingy, that's not obsessed, you know, that's not solely relate relying on him, that doesn't text him 5 6 times a day, or doesn't get mad when he don't call back or don't text back. You know what I mean? So let's put this into perspective when you talk about an independent woman. And when women say independent, that I have rights. Okay. Wait, Lasagna, what is that? Wait, she said I am too. I'll come back, Lasagna. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump so quickly. You know what I mean, G? G, you in the building. I am too, yes. But I don't have to be submissive. Independence, no one should take your independence away from you. You are an individual. And you should keep your individuality. So to give up something that you have had before this man come in your life, to submit to a man and say, well, an independent woman, that's just nothing. And I'm not trying to be funny, Chrissy. I'm not going to be here for long. I'm not trying to be funny, but it sounds like a kind of brainwash when women say, oh, well, I was independent too. No, you should still be independent, right? You should still have a mind of your own. You should still have your own hobbies and interests aside from your husband or your man. You two should still do things together as a couple, and you should make decisions as a couple, but you don't always have to confer. to your husband or your man to make a decision. You don't always have to run things by him. You have a mind of your own, and you have a healthy mind of your own that you can think for yourself without it conflicting with your husband or your partner. He should be at least happy that he have a woman that is ambitious, that is motivated, that is that support and is encouraging and build a loving and supportive home without all the rules and all the boundaries. That Lasagna said it means ready to conform to the authorities, passive and obedient. Mm. Lasagna came in here and she blessed the chat with her wisdom. But that's what and you know why I could be so confident coming and saying what a submissive woman is, because once you take the time to do the work and the history, because I have so much opinions about the submissive woman. I don't have anything against the woman personally, but to say and get up in front of the world and say I'm a submissive woman, okay, as long as that's your choice, as long as you make that decision on your own, I don't have anything against submissive women. And women in all sorts of ways are submissive. That's because they are making their own decision to do that, not because someone is enforcing it or someone is in. Wait. mm. I'm definitely not a brainwashed chick. I'm saying it's okay to let your man feel like he's the man in the marriage. I'm just speaking from right, and I feel like that's part of like the brainwash, because there's no such thing. And men are saying get out here and say, well, oh, she emasculated me. How did I emasculate you by speaking my feelings? A man, if he was a man before he met me and felt like a man before he met me, there's no way that he would not be able to feel like a man. So you have to ask yourself this, Chrissy, and it is a form of brainwashing. Not saying that you're brainwashed, and I'm just saying, or indoctrinated. All I'm saying is why don't you just look a little bit deeper into the history of submissive woman, and you will find that being submissive woman is a trap. Like what happiness does it bring to you that you have to lower yourself? Not you, Chrissy, personally. And I'm just speaking in general about submissive woman. Excuse me, submissive woman, because I'm going to end this in a bit. What joy does it bring to a woman to lower herself to conform to another human being's demands? Right? Like I like men that are fun. I like men that are thrill seeking. I do not like boring men. Like if we laying up in the house because we don't want to go out and chill, but to lay up in the house to tell me that you're a homebody and that you don't like to do this, I don't like men that's not motivated. I don't like men that don't have no ambition. I feel like women that take on the harsh ends of a man and his trauma, those are the submissive women. And I'll leave you with this. And if you think I'm wrong, we'll come back. Narcissistic men love submissive women. Submissive women love narcissistic men. Because if you look at it, right? Oh, okay, you submissive, you gave in to his demands, you meet him halfway, you quiet, you're not talking much, giving him sex when he wants sex, you cooking and you cleaning, you're doing all this work that you think a wife is supposed to do. You're going to do it whether you're a wife or not, because that's what you're supposed to do as a responsibility, right? And as soon as you, as a submissive woman, switch up and say, listen, I'm not giving into your demands today, they say you switch up, and now he's switching up. Right? So if you don't think that narcissistic men love submissive women, this is how women fall for narcissistic men. And this is how narcissistic men attract submissive women, right? And I'm not saying in all cases, because women just don't go through that like full details or going through that bullshit of being submissive, because she have what confidence, she have the intelligence to know that what does this serve for me, right? Speaking your feelings is not being submissive. It's all about respect. You don't have to lower yourself if you compromise. Why? Right? And compromise is foolishness sometimes, right? So, and I'm gonna leave it like this about compromise. So you saying to me, Chrissy, I meet a guy, a handsome guy. He got to be handsome, at least somewhat attractive or sexy. He definitely have to be sexy, and I definitely have to be sexually attracted to him. I'm not getting a relationship with no man I'm not sexually attracted to. That's just me. I want y'all to know that about me. Call me a freak or whatever you want to call me, right? So You mean to tell me that a man that say he don't want a woman talking too much, he want a woman to be seen and not heard, he want a woman to be in the house and not run the streets, he want a woman not to have no friends. And I'm not saying you, because I've spoken to guys like this that don't want a woman with friends, that he don't want a woman in the streets. Oh, she got to cook and she got to clean. She got to give him sex when she wants sex. She got to be quiet when he say quiet. She don't need to voice her opinions. She don't have to be vocal about everything. She needs to lose the attitude. All this bullshit that these men want from these women, that's not even natural, right? Human beings are social creatures. We are made to engage with other human beings. So for someone to put a stop you from doing what you like to do, or telling you that you need to do it a different way, you're conforming to that man idea of a woman, right? Just like a woman would say, I want a good man and want to protect and provide. He's boring. He don't what that's a control. So you mean it? So you're not telling me. So what's your idea of a submissive woman, Chrissy? And we'll end it like that. And what's your idea of a good man? Because that idea of a good man and that idea of a good woman are myths. Hey, Mary. Right? That no. If you are a submissive woman, there's more than likely that you have a controlling man. Right? I just don't see the need for it. I'm not sitting there knocking anyone about being submissive. I'm just not going to be submissive. I know what submissiveness is about. Now, if y'all are sitting here trying to, live according and try to follow the instructions, the rules, and the orders of the Bible, this is what you have to expect. If you are a submissive woman, you giving the man what he need. If you are a submissive woman, you are agreeing to give in. If you are a submissive woman, you are agreeing to follow the rules and the orders that he has set forth. That's controlling to me. If you are willing to be submissive, give in, and take it in a notch down, and he's above you and you are under him, that's controlling. I like equal partners. I like people that I could confer with. Like, we could make the decisions on our own. You don't agree? Okay, let's agree to disagree. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go into the bank account, draw out a certain amount of money. I'm letting you know. You got your own bank account. I got my own bank account. We have a joint bank account. That's only if you're married, right? But how do you build trust if you have someone telling you what to do and how to do it and what he expects? So if you're a submissive woman, Chrissy, that means that this man has expectations of you that's unrealistic. Unrealistic expectations. That's what leads to a lot of downfalls in relationships. He's not going to expect you to change. You wake up one day and be like, you know what? I don't want that title, submissive woman. Stop trying to use independent woman as a slur or as derogatory. Most independent women say they're independent because they want the man to know that they are fully aware of their rights. Most women that say that they're independent want a man to know, I'm a free thinker. I can think for myself. I can make my own choices. I don't need you to tell me what I should and should not do, unless, and of course you can voice your opinion, but for your word to be the final decision, no, that's not it. So with the submissive woman and the good man and the good woman, those are all traps and myths. A lot of women don't come out happy being submissive. There's a lot of women that are on YouTube saying their stories that they were a submissive trad wife and that they were a good woman and they were still being mistreated and they were still being, abused. I'm not saying that women shouldn't be. I'm not submissive, and I don't have anything against submissive women at all. I'm just the idea of it. If your man is telling you everything he doesn't want in you, being submissive have its ways, doesn't it? Being submissive has its rules and regulations. I'm just asking you, Chrissy, and everyone else before I get the daggers thrown at me, at least just do a little bit of research on what a submissive woman is supposed to do and what a man expect of a submissive woman. Because if it wasn't no rules in place, then that title wouldn't be so broad. That title wouldn't be so. And then when women be like, "Oh, I want the man to lead." Everyone has a role in a relationship. You know, you lead this way, I'll lead that way. But to follow your order as a leader, and men don't even have the logic or reasoning most of the time to lead, and they don't want to lead, they don't want to bear that burden, they don't want to suffer the consequences. The final decision should be made by both of you, and yes, sometimes or his or your decision would be better. Yeah, but listen, I'm just saying, I just want you as a woman, Chrissy, as a submissive woman that says that you're no longer an independent thinker. You don't want me to think that, oh, you was brainwashed. How did you go from an independent woman to a submissive woman? Chrissy, you funny. I'm glad you shared. I'm glad you shared that. Hey, Miss LB, I'm glad you shared that. How do you go from a independent woman to a submissive woman? That's a big leap. That's a big jump. I'm free. I love my independence. I love being who I could be and meeting and engaging and socializing with different guys, because there are 8 billion people in this world. And for me to just settle for one so quickly because he seemed like he fit the narrative, no, it's going to take a lot. And it's okay. And I want every woman that is looking for love, find love, but do it so with, you know, cautiously. I'm not, Chrissy. So you making it seem like being submissive is in the call. I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't want to come across that way. I think I was just previewing my supporters. I love y'all for listening. And I'm not going to talk about relationships on this channel. It's going to be on the other channel. I'm not testing y'all. I'm not trying to put y'all through the ringer. Y'all giving me feedback so I could write down and do the research on what I need to do to research. I know I'm not making it seem like it's a cult, but I just would like from the women that I love women. That's not what I'm, wait, that's not what I am. That's what you're saying. I am not married anymore. I'm still very, okay. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Stop saying very independent. I know you have a mind of your own. We all, as women that are attracted to men, want to probably a companion. I'll settle for a companion, a partner, before I settle for, oh, my battery about to die, before I settle for a husband, right? We could be best friends and a companion. That's the best type of relationship for me. The perfect type of relationship for me is the man letting me be myself. The perfect type of relationship for me is the man respecting that I have freedom and choice. The perfect type of man for me is getting to know me beyond my three faces, which he probably would never see. You know what I mean? And my advice today and moving forward for all women is just think about things before you jump into a relationship. It's beautiful men out there. You're gonna meet a lot of assholes, and I mean a lot of assholes. I meet a lot of assholes. Not saying that they're bad because I like a couple of them, but the ones that I don't like that's our assholes, I don't even consider. The ones that I do like and are assholes and we could make a compromise like in Chrissy words and get to know each other, yeah. Not trying to change each other, no. But at least show each other balance. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Thank you, Chrissy. You made sense of it. You do have to have balance in your relationship, and that's just what I wish everyone to have balance and harmony in their relationship. That's it. But I'm gonna come back soon to chat with everyone. I'm not coming back soon any this week because Zachary's out of school. But I probably go live from my other page. I'm gonna post it on my other page. And I would like to thank everyone for participating today this morning. It's one. We've been up here for 1 hour and 8 seconds. And I'm going to end it and say thank you. I appreciate you, Chrissy. You are more than welcome to join my relationship channel and put your input in, whether we agree or not. This was a grown ass woman conversation with grown ass women in it. Sexy grown ass women that had a decent, healthy debate and discussion. No one's called each other out of the names, and that's what I'll strive for. But you made me realize it. Balance is, you brought it out of me, balance. We need balance. And we'll leave it off like that. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate you being honest and open and just so, not vulnerable, but honest and open to the chat and the listeners. Thank you, listeners, my audience, my beautiful supporters. And thank you for listening to my insight and my perspective. I will see y'all guys soon, sooner than you think. Have a good day. Thank you, Chrissy. You the best.